Okay, so I'm grading the Cowboys draft. Okay, I think it was an excellent draft. Okay, so first, and so I'm just gonna go through these picks. First, we have a linebacker. I'd rather have gone safety, some type of DB first pick, but if that was the best pick available, I'm glad. And the reason why I think it's so good is because I'll save that to the end. But then we go cornerback. Second pick, that's good. I mean, that's defensive. Then we go defensive tackle, defensive. Then we go defensive end, defensive. Then we go cornerback, defensive. Then we go linebacker, defensive. All these picks are in the first four rounds. That's six defensive picks in the first four rounds. So, and then we get an offensive tackle. People say, well, why did we wait so late? But that's the fourth round. I mean, so, but we can make up for that in free agency. You know, that's what you do. You're not going to be able to cover all your holes in the draft. You have to go free agency. So you might as well go strong in one area or another and then just pick everything else up in the draft. Instead of going halfway decent pick here, halfway decent pick there, just go strong in one area. And then we got wide receiver. Always good to get a wide receiver. Defensive tackle. These are late round picks, so I'm not really counting them as good, but still, we continue on with this defensive onslaught. Then we had a cornerback defensive, then a guard, last pick, seventh round. I love this draft. Jason Garrett could not win at first, and then he committed to the offensive line in the draft year after year after year, like 3 years straight. And then we became a good team. So Mike McCarthy committed to defense this draft. I see Jason Garrett. I guess it was a whole team, but we still have the same guys in there talking about the draft. We committed to defense. I love that because I think if you're going to draft good, you have to commit to one thing or the other, you know. So now, I mean, I long for the days when we had DeMarcus Ware and Anthony Spencer on the other side and Jay Ratliff in the middle. And then one year we had Dexter Coakley and Dat Wynn at linebacker. Two small, fast guys, dude. Could just cover the field and stocky. I mean, I long for those defensive teams. I love defensive teams. You know, uh, I love it. I mean, this is what we've needed is defense, and now we have completely committed to defense. But it's not over yet. In free agency, we need to focus on the offensive line. There's no problem in focusing on one area. And you complain about the offensive line being so late. Well, picking them up so late. Well, just worry about that in free agency. That's what you do. You can't fill all your holes in the draft. See what I'm saying? You have to use free agency. You know, that's what it's there for. I mean, you only get so many picks in the draft, and you're not sure if all of them are going to be good. I mean, you got to pop big in free agency. And that's it. I mean, that's the reason why I like it is that we committed to one thing. You know, I mean, it's just, I mean, I love it. And I think we already have our pillars on offense. We have Ezekiel Elliott, we have Dak Prescott, we have these guys signed, man. And so now we got all these guys, these superstars signed on offense. Why not go draft on defense so you don't have to pay any of those guys for like 4 years? You know? So, I mean, you have to use the draft to build your team up because you can't afford to pay that many superstars, you know. But that's the reason why I love it is that we just committed to defense, you know. Even when I play Madden, which I don't play a lot anymore, but man, I played Madden for so long. I could not play Madden for 10 years and still know more about Madden than like 99.9% of people. When you commit to one thing or the other in Madden, it works out good. Any team I drafted that I committed to having the best in the league at one thing, like maybe I went all defensive line or something like that, it was a great team. You know, because when I was trying to sprinkle them around, I was forcefully picking. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, got a running back. Now I got to get a wide receiver instead of just picking who was the best. I mean, that's just the way it works out. When you're trying to spread things around, you're doing it on purpose. You're trying to get balance. And you shouldn't try to force something. You just take who's available, you know. And I feel like we did that on this draft because if you look at the picks, they don't make sense. We've already got Leighton Vander Esch, Sean Lee, and Jalen Smith, but we weren't trying to force it. We just picked the best player as long as they were on defense. Linebacker, we need a safety more than a cornerback. We picked cornerback. And we need DBs more than anything. We pick defensive tackle, then defensive end when we need DBs. Then we pick cornerback, which was good, and then linebacker again. I mean, what are we going to do with all these linebackers? So you understand, I'm saying that's a good thing because we just focused on who was the best on defense and picked them. And then you can do something with that. Even if you got to trade one of them linebackers, you got a good linebacker and you're already stacked on linebackers, so you can trade it for like a safety or defensive back, something you need. Maybe we could get Earl Thomas, one of these linebackers, with one of these linebackers, so. Yeah, I mean, I love it, dude. I love it. I mean, we've got people all over the defense now. I mean, that was our worst freaking problem last year. I mean, we filled our biggest hole. So, there you go. I mean, it's just, So, thank you very much.